Hello guys, and welcome to all those training to become Super Saiyans, and welcome to Revolution. So, last week we had the Cosmic Armored Superman face off against Goku Blue Kaioken. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it at the end of this video so you can check out the winner. But on this video we have a different version of Superman facing up against Goku, and that is Post-Crisis Superman. So who and what is Post-Crisis Superman, and what version of Superman does it allude to? Well, the post-crisis term is used to describe characters or events that take place during DC Comics publishing history following the 1985 to 1986 Crisis on Infinite Earths limited series. And post-crisis Superman isn't to be confused with the pre-crisis Superman such as Golden Age and Silver Age Supermen. So we're going to start with post-crisis Superman. We're going to go over a few of his strengths. Then we're going to see where it stacks up to Goku. So let's start with Superman's strength. What is Superman's lifting strength? Well, that's where the Megadon feat comes in. For those of you who don't know, the Megadon is a super weapon introduced in the Justice League of America Volume 1, Issue 37, created by the old gods to be nothing but a war machine that destroys life by channeling primal anger of intelligent minds and turning them against their own world. Ultimately, after the War of the Old Gods concluded, the Megadon was decommissioned and chained to the very edge of the universe's space-time continuum, a black hole, until it broke loose. The Megadon is a weapon of such incredible size that it completely dwarfs the Earth-Moon system and even the Sun. Well, Superman himself was essentially captured by this machine and forced to pull it about. Superman was chosen by the Megadon as one of the only beings in the universe capable of powering its movement. Megadon is a colossus, and this puts Superman's strength feats at anywhere from multistellar to low solar system level. So what is Superman's speed? Well, Superman's greatest speed feat came in the Infinite Crisis number 7 when Kal-El and Kal-El of Earth 2 took Superman from Earth all the way to the red sun Rao within minutes. Rao is located in the Andromeda Galaxy, which is 2.537 million light years from Earth. He travelled this distance in a very short amount of time. In fact, Batman was disarming Lex Luthor for hurting Nightwing, so you could arguably say it's in the couple of minutes range, putting Superman's speed at massively faster than light, potentially in the quadrillion times faster than light range. So Superman's strength is multistellar and his speed is massively faster than light, but what is his striking power? Superman's punches have both been stated and shown to rip entire planets apart in multiple incarnations of his character. Now, planet-busting punches is an impressive feat, but Superman is also capable of using the Infinite Mass Punch, an attack invented by the Flash that involves him moving and vibrating his molecules at 99.9% the speed of light, thus increasing his mass. Well, during Flash's multiple executions of the move, he states that his fist has the mass of a white dwarf star when moving just under the speed of light. Now, according to whitedwarf.org, dwarf stars are relative to basically our own sun. So basically they are hitting with the mass of our sun. And when you consider that they are punching at the speed of 0.99% the speed of light, you get an attack that is the equivalent to around 10,000 supernovas in just one attack. And you could say that that's also Superman's durability, since his durability has to be equal to the kind of recoil force he withstands during performance of the Infinite Mass Punch. He has tanked supernovas with no damage, and finally in Superman vs. the Elite, Superman survived an attack by Cold Cast that put out the force of 15 suns exploding in his face. Superman has a nearly infinite amount of energy that he can draw upon with the sun. The sun itself continually recharges him to account for any solar energy he might expend while fighting. And the closer he is to it, the more power he absorbs. Superman's intelligence is far beyond our comprehension. Superman has perfect photographic memory, total recall of anything he sees. He's achieved a bachelor's degree in journalism. He knows countless languages, and there is no limit to the amount of information his brain can absorb. as according to 1 year later story arc, the more solar energy he takes in over the course of his lifetime, the more his brain functions will increase and enhance. So, does Superman know how to fight? He will be coming up against a martial arts genius in Goku. Well, sure he does. He was taught boxing by the Wildcat. He was taught pressure points by none other than the Dark Knight himself, the Batman. He knows Amazonian combat. And one of the most notable training sessions Superman had was when he apprenticed himself under Mongol 2, teaching him to use his superpowers in perfect tandem with one another, allowing him to completely overwhelm his foes. And finally we come to Superman's most practical fighting styles, and that is the Kryptonian martial art disciplines that allow Superman to fight mentally just as proficiently as he does physically. And that is Torkazum Vo and Torkazum Rao. And he has plenty of experience to complement all these disciplines. On top of having 20 plus years experience of defending the Earth and the universe from foes, he has also fought alongside Wonder Woman for literally 1,000 years against demons in an alternate dimension, Valhalla, where he couldn't age, in the Action Comics issue 761. So whilst not the most powerful version of Superman that we know, he is still an incredibly powerful being. And if you have to wrap him up into a package of how powerful you believe he is in terms of the tier systems, you would have to say he is solar system level. He has produced some remarkable feats, but how do those feats stand up to the likes of Goku? So to find out whether Goku could beat post-crisis Superman, we need to find out if he is truly a solar system buster himself, and even if he is a solar system buster, does he have the necessary abilities to literally put Superman down? Well, I think any of you that have been following my channel and anyone that's educated on Goku pretty much knows that Goku is far above solar system level. Now remember, this series is using Goku Blue Kaioken from the Dragon Ball Super series, his most powerful form known to date. But Super is a continuity from Dragon Ball Z. So let's find out how powerful these characters are. Basically, we'd never really get that many feats from the actual heroes themselves, as being certain tier level busters, if they were to actually do it in universe, would literally kill themselves or kill their family or loved ones. So we have to look to the villains in the Dragon Ball franchise, who generally aren't that afraid to do it. So let's take a look at when First Form Frieza casually destroyed planet Vegeta, a planet with 10 times the gravity of Earth. Now, First Form Frieza is stated to have a power level of 530,000, whereas Final Form Frieza at 100% has a power level of 120 million. That is a whole 226 times more powerful than his first form. Now, if we completely lowball the size of planet Vegeta and say it's the size of Earth, then we get the diameter of the Sun, which is 109 times the diameter of planet Earth. It becomes quite obvious that Frieza himself would have no problem blowing up the Sun. In fact, you could say he's a multi-stellar buster if he was in his final form and was actually trying. Well, when Goku first achieved Super Saiyan on planet Namek, he is recorded as having a power level of 150 million according to the Daizenshu. So it's safe to say if Goku wished to do so, he would have that same tier of power as a Super Saiyan on Namek. Let's fast forward a bit to when Cell arrives. Cell claimed he could blow up the entire solar system. Now, whilst many of you are saying, well, that was just a claim, he never actually proved it, the claim would make sense considering that Cell was far too much for even an ascended Super Saiyan. Cell was ultimately defeated by Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, but eventually Goku reached that form himself, and even went on to surpass the Super Saiyan 2 form with the Super Saiyan 3 form, which he first demonstrated this transformation against Majin Buu. Now, Majin Buu was said to have destroyed hundreds of planets by the Supreme Kai Shin, and the Elder Kai feared for the universe and eventually said he would eventually reach the supreme world of the Kais. Now, that suggests that he would have reached the supreme world of the Kais in his lifetime, and yes, the Shinjin have incredibly long lives, but to reach that distance in that time is still an amazing feat. And understanding where the Supreme World of the Kais is situated in the Dragon Ball universe is important because the structure of that universe is actually a macrocosm. Now, the Universe 7 macrocosm has different components. We have the mortal universe, which is said to be the same size as our very own observable universe. Then it has the cosmos, where heaven and the North Kai's planet is situated. And then it has the extra radius created by the supreme world of the Kais, because that planet, or collection of planets, orbits the Dragon Ball macrocosm. So you have an argument there to say it is 3 times the size of our own observable universe. Then we get to Battle of Gods, where Goku is given this Super Saiyan God transformation. And in his fight with Beerus, the god of destruction, the two together almost shatter the universe within 3 blows. Now, you could argue that's a shared feat, but it still goes to show that each collision between Goku and Beerus was a universe-shattering shared feat. And had Goku not had the tenacity to try out a new technique on the 3rd collision and literally nullify the entire shockwaves caused by the attack, the universe would have been kaboom. The Elder Kai fears for his life on the supreme world of the Kais, that planet that I showed you that orbits the macrocosm. And he even states, as well as Whis and the narrator, that the universe is in jeopardy. Now, a lot of people like to downplay the Elder Kai's intelligence simply because he has got a few things wrong before, but none of those were actually judging power levels. If you actually look at his record in terms of judging power levels, he has got everything right, including the fact that Ultimate Gohan would beat Super Buu and that Vegito would beat Bootenks. So there is no reason to doubt the Elder Kai in this instance either. Now, that feat is only half a universe each between Beerus and Goku. We know that Beerus was incredibly holding back, whereas Goku was pretty much fighting at full power. But even after those collisions, he continued getting stronger and getting more used to the God Essence in that form. And since then, he has become Super Saiyan Blue, which at bare minimum must be a 2 times increase on Super Saiyan God. Now, I'm going to stop here because it's quite clear that Goku is a universe buster in Dragon Ball Super. There is simply no need to go through the facts that Goku has gotten even stronger since the moment I've just mentioned. Post-Crisis Superman simply doesn't stand a chance against Goku. Post-Crisis Superman is a solar system buster, whereas Goku is a universe buster in Dragon Ball Super. You could even argue that the closest matchup would be Super Saiyan 2 Goku from Dragon Ball Z, not even Super against Post-Crisis Superman. In Dragon Ball Super, even a base Goku could beat Post-Crisis Superman. This is not me trying to shit on Post-Crisis Superman or downplay Post-Crisis Superman's feats at all. Goku just simply is that powerful. And just in case any of you are wondering whether Goku has the speed to actually keep up with Post-Crisis Superman, he has that in abundance. I did a video once about Goku's speed, and I'll link that at the end of this video. That puts Goku massively faster than light. Make sure you check that out. Now, I know this seems like a bit of a spite battle because Post-Crisis Superman has some incredible feats. They're really respectable feats. Unfortunately, he just doesn't stack up to Super Saiyan Blue Goku. But Post-Crisis Superman is almost one end of the spectrum. I did a video of Cosmic Armor Superman vs Goku, which is basically the other side of the spectrum. If you haven't seen that video yet, guys, make sure you check that out. I'll link that at the end of this video as well. But next week, it is going to be Silver Age Superman vs Goku Blue Kaioken in what will be a much closer battle than these 2 videos we've had before. So guys, if you aren't subscribed, make sure you're subscribed to get that content as soon as it drops next week. Now, because I'm using one version of Goku throughout all these videos, a lot of Goku's feats and abilities will be spread throughout all of these videos in this Goku vs Superman series, so that is why you should check them all out if you want to know more about Goku. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. If you like my videos, guys, make sure you smash that like button with a big bang attack. And remember one very important final message. If you stay calm in any situation, you will never, ever become a Super Saiyan. Make sure you click that subscribe button to make sure you get all my latest content straight to your account as soon as it's released. And here are some more videos from my library, which I'm sure you will all enjoy.